Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host Sean McGahee, and this is a show we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on YouTube, iTunes, Podomatic, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever, guys. While you're there, go and rate, review, subscribe, then head on over to the Facebook group and Twitter account and join in the discussion. Well, hello, everyone. It is a rainy Monday here in Austin, Texas. It rained last night. It's supposed to rain all day today and tomorrow, and I'm off the next 2 days, so it looks like I'll be inside, which is good because I have a little bit of TV that I've been meaning to watch. That HBO Ridley Scott series, Wolves or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called. I've been meaning to check that out, so I want to check that out definitely. And of course, I've been going through some of The Flash, rewatching that. The season 1, season 2 is what I'm on right now. So good, it used to be so good. So good. So I'll probably catch a little bit of that right now. So for those of you who are joining for the first time, this is how the show's gonna go. If you guys head over to the Facebook group and Twitter account, you're gonna see all the stories I posted throughout the week involving stories that are from, TV and movies in regards to sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. That's what we're all about here. But on this show, I'm only going to take a couple of those stories over the last week and talk about them. Usually stories that are the bigger headlines or the ones I feel like I have stronger opinions on, so to speak. Everything else, you can head on over to the social media accounts or fire back dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Talk about it, what's on the page, what I talk about, and let's start the discussion, guys, okay? Remember also, there are plenty of places you can listen to this episode, but I will say though, if you can go head on over to like Spotify or Anchor and listen that way, that would greatly help me out actually, because I get a couple of pennies for every listen on that, and that helps me out, give me motivation to do a better show or maybe even better equipment, although that's not going to happen anytime soon, I'm sure. But either way, if you enjoy the show and you want to help me out, listen on Spotify or Anchor, and that would be great. Or if you really like the show, of course, subscribe on iTunes or YouTube or any of those other places, because those are great as well. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So starting off, little segment I like to call What's Got My Attention. Now this is usually a segment where I talk about what I've been watching, kind of things that I'm interested in that have popped up throughout the week. Really, I just need to call it what I'm watching, because I read stuff, but mainly what I read is weekly comics, and I don't talk a lot about it. Of course, I watch a lot of stuff, so really I just need to call it what I'm watching. And what I'm watching this week, well, as I said last week, I was going to start Season 2 of Star Trek Discovery. I got the DVDs from my local library, picked it up, and kind of watched it throughout the week. Now, I started Star Trek Discovery when it first came out and watched a couple episodes. I'm not a big Star Trek guy, but I figured I'd give it a chance. I didn't really like it that much. However, I know they were going to do a spin-off, Strange New Worlds, with Christopher Pike and Spock and Rebecca Remain #1. So I knew this was going to be a setup for it. So that's why I went back and I wanted to watch Season 2 of Discovery. And I finished it on Saturday. And, I got to say, there were parts in it. I realized why I didn't watch Season 1, or why I didn't finish Season 1 of Discovery, or I dropped it. Because while, the stories are fine, the characters themselves don't hold my interest that much, really, is what it comes down to. I just don't find a lot of the crew of Discovery that interesting. So that's why I think I'm going to continue on in the series. But of course, the captain of Season 2 was Christopher Pike, who's getting his own show with Spock and #1. Him I did find interesting, actually. So I think I'm going to try to check out Strange New Worlds and, see where that goes. I don't think I'm going to watch Season 3 of Discovery, but I gave it a try, guys. But, of course, if you like Discovery, maybe you can convince me to give it a shot. Or if Season 3 starts up and you think it's really good, fire back, let me know why I should continue to watch. Otherwise, I'm just going to watch Strange New Worlds. And the other thing that I've been watching this week, now I have said I've been watching The Flash, some earlier seasons on that. I planned on just watching Arrowverse crossovers, got sucked into the first couple of seasons of Flash because I enjoyed them so much. On season 2, love me some Patty Spivot, I'll tell you that much too. But another thing I have been watching is Archer. That's right, the FX show has returned for season 11, and honestly, I'm excited for it because this is back to actual Archer. The last couple seasons have been different scenarios of Archer's subconscious, kind of dreamland and 1999 and something island. I don't know what it was, but I didn't even get past the Dreamland or the Noir season 9 or 8 or whatever it was because I couldn't get into it or whatever. But when I saw the previews that, Archer was going to wake up, it's going back to what Archer actually is, I got excited. So I went back, started rewatching the series because it's been a couple years, of course, since we got actual Archer in my eyes. And I know the new season has premiered this last week on FX, but I want to go back and rewatch the other seasons up to, season 7 through that. I'm on season 4, I believe, right now. So I'm going to get all caught up. Then I'm going to watch the new episodes. But I'm definitely excited about that. If you guys are Archer fans, let me know some of your favorite quotes, some of your favorite characters. It's just good old fun. Alrighty, with that out of the way, let's get into the main topics for today. And I'm going to go all the way back to Tuesday to start off. It finally happened, guys. We finally got the Mandalorian season 2 trailer that everyone has been craving. Of course, this series is coming back on October 30th, only on Disney Plus. And, I think this really satisfies all Star Wars fans. I think it's the one thing we can all kind of rally around. Now, I enjoy The Mandalorian. I do. I don't think I'm as crazy about it as some other people. But then again, I'm not that crazy on Baby Yoda as some other people are, to say the least. I always say with Star Wars, to me, it's about the Jedi, the Sith, the Force, the light, the dark. That's really what I enjoy about Star Wars. So, yes, we're in this world following this bounty hunter and the underworld and the Mandalorians, which I do enjoy the Mandalorians. The myth of the Mandalorians that was started back in Clone Wars, followed through on Rebels, and now we're getting some of that in this series. I do enjoy that, at least more than, say, the underworld kind of stuff. So I'm cool with that. And I enjoyed season 1. It was fine. Again, I wasn't crazy about it, but Mandalorian is kind of that thing that a lot of people have kind of rallied behind in regards to Star Wars. I don't think there's a lot of Star Wars fans that don't like it versus other things in Star Wars where if you just look on Twitter, people bicker back and forth about every Star Wars thing there possibly is. But Mandalorian is something that we all kind of universally agree is good. So you got to kind of focus on that right now. And I think Disney and Lucasfilm are really taking advantage of that. The fact that you see Mandalorian product everywhere now. I mean, you have cereal, fruit snacks, backpacks, all that stuff. That they kind of know what people like, and they can't sell toys for the Rise of Skywalker. Well, let's sell some little Baby Yoda, action figures or whatever, just to get it out there. So the trailer came out on Tuesday. I watched it, of course. I was excited to see it too, and a lot of people have been diving into it, especially like. The two things that people have been dissecting most about it are the worlds and the Sasha Banks character. Is that her name? Hold on, let me hop on here. Yes, Sasha Banks character. Because people are thinking she's, Sabine, perhaps. Or, some other character that we know of, preferably from the animated series. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think she's Sabine. I don't think she's Barriss. I just think maybe she's related to the Jedi, perhaps. That's true. Because, of course, in this trailer, we got the theme that the Mando is looking for the Jedi to help him with Baby Yoda. It's kind of going to be the theme of this. Who he finds. Does he find Ahsoka to help out? Does he find, Bo-Katan? I mean, whoever. We don't know. Of course, those are both still rumored characters along with several others to go along with it. So we don't know, what exactly the depths are of this season or this character. Of course, we know Moff Gideon, Gina Carlino Espinito. I feel like I butchered that. we know he's out there, hunting down Mando and Baby Yoda, of course. He's got the Darksaber. I'm more interested in that. I mean, honestly, again, going into Mandalorian lore, I want to know how he got the Darksaber, because in Star Wars canon, the last thing we knew was that Bo-Katan got it at the end of Season 4 of Rebels, or beginning of Season 4 of Rebels at least. So that would be an interesting story I'd like to hear about. But yeah, I don't think the trailer gave us too much, of course. I mean, another shot that, I got me talking, or got me thinking, was the shot where Mando is surrounded by two X-Wings. Looks like he's being chased down. And to me, here's what I think about it, because we're 5 years after Return of the Jedi, is roughly where we're at, maybe 6 years since it's season 2. And if Mando is trying to hunt down Jedi to help him with Baby Yoda, I mean, the only known Jedi really at this point that, is known throughout the universe is Luke Skywalker, right? I mean, it's post Return of the Jedi. Luke is the last Jedi. Maybe he's training Leia a little bit at this time. So, he's the known Jedi. So maybe he goes to try to find Luke Skywalker to help him out, perhaps. I mean, I'm sure he's going to find other Jedi in hiding, or even other people that know the Force and are looking for Baby Yoda as well. So when he's surrounded by those X-Wings, to me it seems like maybe he's trying to find the rebels, who are now the Republic, and maybe looking for Luke is kind of what came through my mind on that aspect. Maybe he's going back to Tatooine too, where you see the Sandcrawler and the Sand People. And but yeah, the trailer, it looked cool. It looked great. I don't think it gave us that much, but it gave us a nice overview of kind of what Mando's mission is going to be for the season. The highlight, of course, is at the end there, where Mando's surrounded and Baby Yoda sees him about to whoop some ass, so he covers up his little carriage, and Mando goes to town. But either way, it was cool. I don't think it gave us that much. I don't think it's anything to flip out about. I think we are going to get another trailer that'll give us a little more before the October 30th date. But anyway, guys, fire back in the comments, of course. Facebook, Twitter account, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Let me know what you think about the Mandalorian trailer. Let me know if there's anything that you think I need to pick up on that I haven't. All right, guys, next up, it looks like some Marvel shows by Disney Plus are making some headway. There was a couple announcements this week in regards to some of the Marvel Disney Plus shows. One of them is that the Ms. Marvel series is getting its showrunner. Let's see here. It's going to be Adil El Abri and Belal Falah. Of course, totally butchered those because I'm horrible at speaking English. But these are the two that are best known for their work on Bad Boys for Life, of course, the newest Bad Boys film that came out earlier this year. And they're going to be the showrunners on Ms. Marvel. And you got to say, obviously, starting off, it makes sense. I don't know much about these two, but obviously from their names, they're probably a little better, well-equipped to handle a character who is a Pakistani-American teenager versus some other people that might have been chosen. But for those of you, of course, who don't know Ms. Marvel, she's a teenager, as I said, Pakistani-American. She made her debut in 2012. Best known for, her roles on the team The Champions. She's kind of an Inhuman too, as well. But, it's Ms. Marvel, not Captain Marvel or Ms. Marvel, which is what Carol Danvers is. But she's a very popular character, mainly because, of course, she's a minority. Some of her writing, very goes towards that and a minority perspective in her popularity, which is great. I think it's great to have, a character out there like that. Anyway, that's making headway on that. And then, of course, the big announcement, I think, in regards to the Marvel Plus series, aside from the WandaVision trailer, which I'm going to get to in just a sec, is that She-Hulk has been cast as none other than Tatiana Maslany. Don't know if I said that right either. But you best know her from her title role in Orphan Black. Yes, she is going to be She-Hulk in the upcoming Disney Plus series. And then it was announced as well that Rick and Morty veteran Jessica Gao is going to be the showrunner for the series. So you got your showrunner and your lead this week for that series, making headway on that. So, of course, those of you who don't know, She-Hulk, of course, is Jennifer Walters, aka the cousin of Bruce Banner. Her origin story in the comics is that she got into a car wreck, she needed a blood transfusion, so Bruce gave her some of his blood. Him being the Hulk, of course, some of that gamma rays went over to her, so she got green, she got big, she got strong, but unlike Bruce, she can still control herself, and kind of like how he is, in Endgame, where he's got the Hulk body, but Bruce Banner's mind, same thing is kind of what it is. And, you can say it's one of those things where, they're trying to give a female counterpart to this popular character. I understand that, but, again, she is a little different, that she is always green, or at least in the comics for the most part, she's always been green, and, she still can do her thing as a lawyer. And some interesting stories have come from that. Now, I know in recent comic books, she's, taken more of the old Hulk way where she can be human and then rage out in green. I don't like that. That's just trying to make her a Hulk substitute. I'd rather see her be a little different where she is always green and always in her right mind. In the comics right now, you really don't have Hulk playing around with the Avengers too much, and to put her in there in the Avengers and make her like the Hulk just seems too much like a gimmick in my eyes. But anyway, yes, the Orphan Black star, Tatiana, is going to be the lead, and this is great. The actress won an Emmy in 2016, I believe, for Orphan Black. She's a good actress. I've seen her in several other things, and I remember I watched a couple episodes of Orphan Black, and again, it's one of those shows that I see the appeal, but it's not really, I couldn't get into it to say that. So, but I do respect her as an actress. I think she'll play the character very well. So, I'm excited to see that this is getting the ball rolling, that Disney and, Marvel are trying to, get things going with these Disney Plus series. More news has come out within the last week or so in regards to them than we've gotten in months for that. So that'll be interesting. I like this casting. What do you think? Fire back, of course, on the Dayspring Discussions Facebook group and Twitter account, or dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. All right, guys. So my last story for today, last night, or yesterday, I guess it was, we all got a little treat as we got our first official trailer for the upcoming Disney Plus Marvel series WandaVision. Now, this, of course, has Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany recurring their roles as Vision and Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch, for the upcoming series. We don't know when it's coming, just says coming soon, of course, but we're thinking it's going to be sometime this year, perhaps. This kind of has a couple questions. Before I get to the actual trailer, I want to raise this up because this was, after I thought about it, this did kind of give me a question. Was a couple days ago, Disney Plus put out a trailer, about a minute and a half, for things that are still to come for them within this year, if not really soon. Basically giving people to be like, hey, don't cancel Disney Plus subscriptions, or if you haven't got one yet, you can still get it. It got all this good stuff coming, is kind of what the trailer was all about. It did feature, of course, The Mandalorian. It also featured WandaVision a little bit in their trailers. But what it didn't feature was Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now, we thought that was going to be the first series to come out in regards to MCU on the Disney Plus. They had to shut down production, I know, because of COVID for a little while. They started back up production. They only had a little bit more left to film that I know of. But we always thought that was going to come out first. And one of the theories that's out there right now has to do with the fact that Black Widow has not come out yet. Now, Black Widow in that, espionage, government action, whatever you want to call it, era, I think kind of ties in very much to what Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be. It could be one of those things where maybe there's some kind of hint or tie-in with Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they don't want to release that until Black Widow comes out. But WandaVision is kind of a completely different thing that really has no ties to Black Widow or Falcon and Winter Soldier. So really you can put that out and not have to worry about, picking up on some Easter eggs or nuggets or anything like that. So maybe we're going to get WandaVision first before we even get Falcon Winter Soldier or even Black Widow perhaps. And the idea that this trailer has come out before, again, we got, Falcon Winter Soldier. There has been, talk that Black Widow is going to be pushed back even more past November. WandaVision might be the first thing we see since Spider-Man Far From Home in regards to the MCU, which is about a year and a half later than when the film came out. All right, so let's get inside the trailer, guys. Dive in deep. Now, we knew this was going to be a little bit of a weird series, of course. We knew we were going to be kind of jumping through some times here. Obviously, from the trailer we saw, not this one, but way back and actually during the Super Bowl, it was about, them living in a 50s style home and then a 60s style home and then 70s, 80s, whatever, kind of jumping through times. But really, it's more than that. Wanda in the films have yet to reach her full potential. Every film you see her getting stronger and stronger. And for those of you who have read the comic books, you know just how powerful Wanda Maximoff can be. Most famous storyline from my eyes is House of M, where she actually reshaped reality. She took all the Marvel heroes, her friends, and gave them their dream life, actually, is what she did, where everyone was happy. But of course, everyone figured out that reality had gone bad, so they, went to confront her about it, and bad things ensued, to say the least. And I think this is going to be that tie-in where Wanda has these powers that are expanding, and she doesn't know how to control them yet. And in doing so, she starts, wishing for things. One of the things is, a happy life she could have had with Vision, who died, obviously, if you've seen the films. And, she starts reshaping her own reality to have, kind of a cookie cutter lifestyle, much like that, picture of Americana 1950s to go along with it, or even then some. But you see in the trailer too, she's sitting on this couch and she's reshaping the world around her, whether she's doing it willingly or unwillingly. I think it's going to be a focus of this series, and really what this series is going to be about Wanda discovering this new part of her abilities and maybe trying to control it or not so control it. Depending on, just how in her right mind she is. In regards to supporting cast, we saw on IMDb, we knew that Kat Dennings was going to come back as Darcy Lewis. She's, more known from the Thor films. Not sure how she's going to tie into this. We didn't see her in the trailer. We did see Kathryn Hahn, though, the actress, unlisted as her character on IMDb right now. So we don't know her character's name, but Kathryn Hahn, great actress, funny actress, can do a lot of good drama too. That's just, I think she's going to be a great addition to this cast or whatever cast she's a part of, just because I think she's a really great actress. I like her a lot, so throwing her in there can be great. Jimmy Woo, who played the government agent in Ant-Man and the Wasp, he's going to be in there as well. We have hints that maybe there's going to be some sword involvement in regards to this series, so maybe he gets caught up with them. That could be something that's possible. And then another thing that caught my attention was you also had a young black actress in there who is Monica Rambeau. Now, for those of you, if that name sounds familiar, going back to Captain Marvel, she was the little girl in Captain Marvel. That takes place in the 90s. We're going present day. The girl grew up. And also, that character in the comic books went on to be a second Captain Marvel, actually, who was endowed with cosmic powers, kind of like how Carol Danvers was. And, she became a Captain Marvel type character for a while. How she ties into this, of course, I still don't know, because I don't know a lot about the character and obviously not much about this series so far. But, the possibility of expanding this character from what we knew back in Captain Marvel and beyond could be something really cool, could be something worth getting excited for. But this trailer, again, to me, it raises more questions in regards to how everything on the Disney Plus in regards to the MCU is shaping up. Of course, like I said, Miss Marvel has her showrunner. She-Hulk has showrunner and their star. This is coming out. We haven't got anything from Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is the one I'm most excited about because it plays in that Captain America playground, which is my favorite films in the MCU next to the Guardians of the Galaxy ones. So I'm more excited for that than I am WandaVision. But obviously, this and kind of seeing Wanda expand her abilities a little bit, much like I know in the comics she can. This gets me excited again, expanding the world, expanding the characters, making it grow, branching out, giving us more new stuff. I think is what we should look for and should get excited about. But let me know what you guys are excited about. Of course, fire back on the Facebook group and Twitter account, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. And that's all I have for today, guys. Now, like I said, this week, I want to try to check out that HBO series, the Ridley Scott one, Something Wolves. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know. It looks like it's a very intense sci-fi show. So I've been kind of putting it off to get myself in the right headspace for it. So I'm going to try to sit down and watch that. I'll watch some more Flash, and we'll see what else pops up along the way, guys. So, of course, anything else you want to talk about, you can post it on the social media groups. That's what it's there for. Comment on it either on there or dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com, or throw some comments wherever you're listening to this lovely episode at, and let's have a discussion, guys, because that's what it's all about. That's why I do this show. That's why I love doing it, sharing my thoughts on these things, and you guys fire back with your thoughts, and we, just have a good old time talking about some sci-fi, comic books, movies, TV, all that fun stuff. So, as I said, that's it. That's my show. Go out, enjoy your week, enjoy your lives. Until next time, guys, may the force be with us all.